Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Legends of Reed. I'm your host, Joanne Sukumaran, a bassoonist from Singapore. Joining me today is the young and talented bassoonist, Michaela Špačková.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the show. Michaela is a curious and creative artist who seamlessly integrates her passions for music, humanity, and nature into her musical work. From her music educational concerts to a development of permaculture gardening, she regularly performs works dedicated to her for solo bassoon by contemporary composers. So nice to have you and to meet you today.
Yeah, I'm also so happy and to finally meet you. Even
Yeah. Yeah. So I know you are currently in Prague at the moment, right? Yeah.
yes, today I'm in Prague.
Okay. So could you tell us briefly how you started playing the bassoon?
Yes, so I got to the bassoon when I was 12, and it was by complete coincidence because I was entering the music gymnasium with a recorder, and I also played piano, but I was applying with recorder, and they told me, okay, you cannot play recorder anymore. You can choose between oboe, French horn, and bassoon. And my mother, she didn't understand anything, but in Czech you say French horn like forest horn, and she imagined this kind of, this horn in the forest. She was like, okay, no, she will not try this even. So I had just to choose oboe and bassoon, and then I saw this huge thing, and I thought, oh my god, what is that? And but somehow the teacher was super cool, and I thought, okay, I like this kind of thing, and I want to play it. So that's my start with bassoon.
Oh, okay. That's a cute story. I know you have a very successful career in competitions. Yeah. So could you briefly tell us about your musical education and training?
Okay, so yes, competitions. I think it was, for example, when I was studying in Prague, it was very supported. Just like it was normal, like everybody went to all the kind of possibilities to perform. It was mostly just like you play in front of audience and jury. So like you're training yourself and your nerves simply. So I think it was the first purpose, and yeah, it was like normal that you just go everywhere where it happens simply.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like a special reason that made you sign up for competitions.
Actually no. And also like later when I went to bigger competitions and so on, I always took it as a training for myself and as a preparation. And yeah, I would say like this, I never saw it like in a competitive way or something, just more that you can also hear other people. Like for example, when I was still in Prague, when I went first time abroad, I was just like listening to everyone, like how it's everybody playing and what can I learn from other people, and also to make new friends. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a conference, right, of
Exactly. Then you
bassonists.
have the chance. And later on, for sure, when I was like older, then I was, of course, thinking, yes, for the curriculum and stuff like this, that it's, of course, practical if you have something in your CV and maybe you have chances to perform or to get invitations and so on.
Mhm. And you said that you took it as a kind of training. So does it correlate to, for example, auditioning for orchestras? Does it help you in some way?
That's a good question, which I was also thinking about, because I think audition is a very different thing. Like at the end, right? Like it's
Mhm.
super short, mostly super short amount of time that you have to give your 100%, which in competition, you have sometimes rounds which have like 45 minutes or so. So there is also like you need to plan your energy and stuff. But what it can have together is this kind of that you are in the moment, that you are in the flow, and you do the music, and that's
Mhm.
super necessary for every performance. Yes.
Mhm. I see. Okay. So I know that you enjoy working with contemporary composers. Who are some of your favorite composers? Do you have some composers in mind you would like to work with?
Well, for example, yesterday I had a meeting with one composer which I really like. She's Czech. Her name is Nicole Volkova, and I discovered her quite recently. and we met at a concert where we played, and she had the premiere of her piece. And I was very impressed by the style of the music and also the style what she's doing. So I would say for now, I definitely look forward to cooperate with her, because I think we found like we feel on the same wave, also with the ideas and so on. And she wants to also explore the bassoon, and she wants to understand what all kind of possibilities it has. And she has super nice language, music language. So yes, that's for example one example, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like your recordings. Like you performed the work by Matteo Stefanati, right? The Cry of the
Yes,
Earth. Yeah.
definitely.
How did this collaboration come about?
Oh, this was, for example, very funny and very unexpected, because I just got a request from Reno Capuçon if I could play in one festival, and I didn't know at all that it would be this piece and that would be like this. So this was a very coincident collaboration, but at the end I was extreme happy, because it was like a destiny again. Like it was exactly the thematic which I love to do, like about the earth. It was beautiful. It is beautiful music. It's beautiful piece. And yes, it was also fun just to talk with Mate about the music, and I think it's a great piece in the bassoon repertoire.
Ah, so does it mean that it's a kind of the earth speaking through the bassoon?
Exactly, for sure.
Ah,
The cry of the earth, like you can hear it in all the movements. That there are different thematics. One is, for example, the iceberg that is like falling. How do you say melting?
mm.
There you have more just like multiphonics. Like the expression is like for example, and the beginning of the piece is completely like screaming with the bassoon. It's like in a high register, and like yeah, you completely feel it. Like you feel the vibe, the emotions, that it's, there is something strong. But
Mm.
the last movement, I love how it's built up, because the last movement is like finishing like there is peace, there is hope. And that I think is something also we need in today's world. Like, sometimes you feel like there's so much bad stuff happening, and sometimes you're like, oh my god. And then when you can like feel, oh, but there are still nice things and we can do good things. And so it's something like this also it is, I would say.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I have to go and rewatch the piece. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's very expressive and
Hmm.
very you can
Yeah.
feel very evocative of he's trying to bring out really something. Yeah.
Yes, and it's also actually published now by the edition André Lemon. So if bassonists are interested in this piece, it's available.
Oh, so cool. Yeah, yeah. I'll check that out. Because I know you have a very keen interest in nature, right?
Hmm.
And about humanity. Could you speak to us about your interest in permaculture gardening? What does that mean? Yeah.
Yes, yes. So it's like kind of, I would say it's still kind of in a process, but I see it already so much as my life philosophy that I want to already make it. So permaculture gardening is that you completely respect the nature, that you don't use any chemicals, and it's just yeah, with the connection with the nature very much. And I don't know. I don't know if it's like also by some life experiences or somehow that I got to this point. But of course, I also care about what's happening with our planet and stuff. And of course, you're asking yourself what you can do as one person. And of course, we cannot be perfect. I mean, we can try our best. We cannot, and that's why I also like it's in a process. I'm saying, because I still don't have the place where we can do our own permaculture garden. So now we are like helping out in places and learning how to do, also how to live as most independent. And in the future, I would love to have like a little farm where you can do this permaculture life, and also there create some projects, some education projects, and kind of like a spot, like a center of something very nice with animals.
Mm.
But that's kind of far away now. It's like just doing little projects and learning and reconnecting with the nature. Yes.
Yeah, I like that you have your own like personal passion projects like aside of music. I think it gives you balance,
Yeah.
for more the playing and practicing. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it's necessary because, for example, I'm learning a lot about myself right now, actually, that I'm a very intense person. And if I do something, it's really like 150%. So, and then at some point I got almost like, or maybe I got burned out, I would say, because I was so focused and I was doing so much and never break that it was simply too much, and it took like some years. I realized, and now I'm just like, okay, like you need also to balance. Even if they are telling you everywhere, like you need balance in your life. Sometimes you just don't realize that it's meant also for you, or like you think you're fine. So I think that led me also a bit to rethink a lot of things in life, I would say.
So, for example, if you were to get a teaching position, like how would you better advise younger musicians? Because I think most of the time people tell you like you can't take a day off, right? Like your professor say like you can't take a day off, not even Sunday. So, how would you advise like younger musicians to have a better approach?
Yes, like definitely I would say take day off. Like learn it already when you are young because it's really healthy thing, and also about practicing. I think that's a huge topic, right? Like how many hours a day practice. And of course I think each of us had this period in life that we practice a lot. Like I think I'm always asking like myself if it's necessary this period to have, or if you can just manage like with a better structure. Because I think, for example, when I look in the past, sometimes I practice so badly, like I practice a lot of hours, but it was really not so meaningful at the end. I think it was waste of time sometimes, because like like that I am not, like now I think I practice much more effective, like in a shorter period I do much more work, because I think the first thing is that you need 100% concentration and focus when you practice, and when you are tired you cannot do that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, to be mindful, right? To be present, right? Yeah. Yeah, I
Yes.
remember once I think I practiced too much. I had to go for physio
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for 5 months for overuse, from the
Yeah.
shoulder and all that. That I was like, whoa, okay, this is the limit. Yeah, your
Yeah,
body
but
can go. Yeah.
definitely, but I guess sometimes for us it's difficult just to know where is the limit, right? Like how can you know that it's already over the limit? Like for example, many years, I mean, I still suffer with back pain. But many years, I played. I was crying with pain, and I played, and I went to play concerts and different kind of stuff. And then you are wondering when you look back, where was the border like to stop, But then there are some things why you have to play there and there, of course, and then also financial right reasons and so on. But so one advice I would give to the younger people, that for sure allow yourself to take time off, because also your body, sorry, your body and your head regenerates. So then you can actually be more effective again when you take the rest. Yes.
Mm. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's sound advice. Wrap this interview to bring you a message from our sponsor. Legends of Reed is sponsored by Barton Cane. Barton Cane is your stop for quality double reed cane. Their cane is processed with precision equipment completely designed by them. Your days of saying no to happy hours are over. Use coupon code Legends of Reed, all one word, for free shipping on any order. Take back your life with Barton Cane. And let's get back to the interview right now.
If I was younger, that I would put much more improvisation in my life and in my studies. Like also, just to play with it and to recreate things. Like now, also like I'm still practicing scales, but now I'm like improvising scales, like especially for the improvisation, and I'm also learning now blues scales and so on. That you are like really flexible,
Mm-hmm.
just that you create your own exercises and you play with it, and also to be free, because for example, what happened to me during studies, at some point in Germany, I think I got so focused on just, for example, audition preparation or something, that I completely forgot to have fun and to just do something for free, or stuff. And now, for example, I start playing bassoon mostly, 15 minutes with just free stuff, whatever I want. just to get into it, to have a bit fun and not directly exercises. It depends, but I'm now recreating and trying out things, because how to keep always the fun and not just like, okay, I must practice, I must practice because yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm doing that also. Similarly, I'm like trying to learn like a new jazz song, and then
Cool.
slowly it comes back. It's like, okay, I start doing my drills now. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So have you had some rewarding concert or project? I know that you're quite involved in musical education concerts, right?
Mhm. Yes, I mean, I'm thinking now. For sure, I think it's very important to do this kind of projects, because yeah, I think how can we like broaden or like give it to people who maybe don't have such experience like us, like musicians, and how can you like give this joy or excitement about music or classical music especially. So I think a rewarding project was definitely um, like at one school with children. And yes, I think it's so amazing, like it was like some kind of social school. And like when you can see that like they don't have this experience with music and so on. And yeah, it was very rewarding. And then like also they of course never seen bassoon, and this thing. But at the end you realize it doesn't matter, it's just like what you can bring with them, and so on. And yeah, so all these kind of projects and educations I always love. And yeah, I'm thinking, yes, it's a lot of I would say a lot of fun. Yes.
Great. Yeah. So earlier you mentioned that you went through burnout, and you were quite open and vulnerable on social media about that. Could you tell us what was like a challenging moment, and how did you overcome that in your career? Yeah.
Wow, this is so big topic.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know, like, because I think right now I feel like in a completely new phase of my life, because I got out from, kind of, I would say, from the orchestra life, because I decided that now I will take a break with that. That sometimes I play for fun, but that I want to try to take new path. And I'm just so much reflecting right now, like how the past years I was doing with myself, and exactly what I mentioned already before, that I didn't listen to my body or something. And even I was going through anxiety and panic attacks, actually, because yeah, I was just like not realizing these things. And it has always more things together why you do stuff like this. And yeah, it was like even I was playing concerts and I was having panic attack during that. And like you feel like you're dying and you have to play. It was so crazy. So but it was very crazy period, I would say. And then um yeah, now this last month, like after my probation at the orchestra, I was so bad with my health that I ended up at hospital, and I need to just like completely recover. And I thought maybe I will not play bassoon anymore because I felt so bad, and also I didn't feel any more passion to play music. So it was a bit long phase now to come back to myself and to music making. And I would say it's just the question of time. Sometimes you have to allow yourself that you just take a break, like for some months. I mean, I was not able to take complete break, and then I start improvising and so on. But with this kind of daily life, like you're every day running to some rehearsal and stuff, like I took kind of time off. And I think it was very hard to do that, but it was necessary. And I think it helped me a lot also to reflect about the future, what I want, and what I need. And it's always looking for a balance, even now. But yeah, I think sometimes we need to allow ourselves, like, just it doesn't have to be so, like I now described it, like it's so drastic and stuff. I mean, of course, there were also great moments and stuff, But that sometimes it can happen that we need to completely break off from the live music.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, thank you for sharing that with us. I think that's very brave thing to tell us. And yeah, I also had once a panic attack. I think it was when I was invited to play in Melbourne,
Mm-hmm.
and we were filmed by an entire crew, and it was the first time I dealt with the film crew, and they followed me from the dressing room, from the airport to the concert, so I felt so much anxiety, but I think it was a very good lesson on how to
Mm-hmm.
overcome stage fright. I think that was one of the biggest lessons I had.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So uh could you tell us maybe some of your upcoming projects? I know you have some cooking, right? You have some projects coming up.
There's a lot of things cooking.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where to start? No, I don't know, because I have now, for the moment, I have a lot of things that are like in the process of making, and they are like half made and half no. But for example, right now we are preparing with my colleague and friend harpist. We are preparing a new concept format, which is gonna be a combination with classical music and also improvisation and kind of soundscapes and a bit of DJ setup. And it will be also with light design. And we want to just create, like at the moment, I'm thinking a lot about how we do concerts and how can we do it even like more that the audience can enjoy from, from different kind of sides. At least, like for example, that you can bring your glass of wine in the concert.
Okay.
Like, I mean,
Sounds good already.
like I realized this like weeks that I really like, this kind of smaller concerts that you just go and you can have for like there's like more intimate atmosphere and stuff. No, so that's something that we are preparing right now, and I must say it's kind of difficult because I've never done it before, and I feel like, oh my god, like I don't know, and maybe it's not so good, and there's a lot of doubts with that. Also with the other projects, I think like if it's completely new and it's not there yet, you feel like, oh my god. But you just have to try, of course. So this is one of the projects. Then I am preparing an album with a completely different kind of music, and that's also a question like how it will turn out at the end. But yeah, it's cooking a lot of things in this kind of direction, I would say.
Oh, that's cool. So will you also choose maybe alternative concert venues,
For sure, I am very interested in the alternative concert venues, and but I think also it's cool if you can bring this a bit more alternative concerts to the concert halls. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like how can you do both things? Yes. And
I
how could
see.
you combine it and connect it? I think that would be so great. Like, I'm not some revolutionary or something. I so love classical music. It's just that I'm thinking also about we are in the 21st century, with the corona crisis and so on. Like, I think we need to be a bit awake how to also connect with the audience. Yeah. Like, I'm thinking I'm not so good with it yet, but I'm really thinking how could we to like a bit to get inspiration from the pop stars, like because they also have to, they have to earn on themselves or to pay everything and even to get money from that. So
Yeah.
how could we get inspired by something like that? I don't know, something like this.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I'm a bit disappointed when you go to a concert and yeah, you don't see the young audiences there. And I really want to bring this
Yeah,
fresh new generation into the hall. Yeah,
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 exactly. That's great. I think it would be so amazing if we can really think how could we make them more interested, or how to make it like it's kind of for their understanding also, but at the same time stay with the beautiful classical music, but to make it more of combination with something else.
Yeah, yeah. I like the idea of the DJ and the soundscapes. Yeah, maybe you
Yeah.
could have like a greenhouse concert, right? You were talking about your farming, right? Yeah,
Yeah, that would be,
yeah,
of course, that would be a dream. Like,
yeah,
sometimes I feel like I have so many ideas, but
yeah,
then to make it live, like
yeah.
for example, with me, the problem is like what happened to me in the autumn this year, as I was like recovering and so on. I had some ideas, but then it got stuck, and I felt, oh, it's impossible to make, and I don't know how to do it, and then I'm doing nothing, like this kind of stuff. And then again comes this period like, oh, I have so many ideas, but then you need to get this, okay, go for it, choose one and go for it, and not like just leave it there. Yeah, it's a bit abstract what I just said, but I think the thing is just for what is for me interesting right now is like, how can you make life as a freelancer, because I think it requires a lot of self-discipline and also understanding how to work with yourself in a different way. And that's what I'm, for example, exploring right now a lot. That, yeah, how can you like plan your day, and also with the projects you have maybe a lot of ideas, but then you cannot do everything at the same time. And then, yeah, how to do that.
I think we have a special guest actually, right? Is
Yes,
there?
he's doing. He
Yeah,
was,
just does he want to come into the
I
frame?
will ask him. Want to be a star? Do you want to be a star of the video? Ooh, say hi.
Yeah, and
Hello.
this is your cat, right? Yeah.
Yes, this is my cat Cookie. He will for sure appear in the future funny videos with animals.
Great. Okay. So yeah, it was great talking to you. I wish you lots of success with these projects. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I also
Yeah.
enjoyed so much. It was great questions, and thank you
Yeah.
for the talk. And it was so nice to meet you.
Yeah, and hopefully see you in person one day. Yeah.
Definitely. Let's
Yeah.
talk about that. Okay. Have a lovely day and greetings.